Podcast City Network. Interviewing other favorite deathmatch superstars. 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 Deathmatch rock song. Deathmatch rock song. Deathmatch rock song. Deathmatch rock song.
And good evening, wrestling fans. You're listening to another episode of the Deathmatch Wrestle Podcast. And I'm going to be talking to my guest tonight is Indy pro wrestler. He was just in New Jersey for the OnPoint Presents Blood from Above. He made his debut. We're going to be talking to Dewey Wellington and see how he's doing and much, much more. And we're going to talk wrestling fans. Tune in right now. You're listening to another episode of the Deathmatch Wrestle Podcast. Let's talk wrestling. You're on the line, Dewey. Still there?
Yep.
Hey, what's going on?
Not much.
Not much. So what's going on with you? I mean, how was your first time at the Jersey Shore?
Man, Jersey Shore was a blast. Was up there for OnPoint Wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Was there going against Clay Dasher, a guy that I had no prior knowledge of or never wrestled this guy before.
Mm-hmm.
So me and him, I feel like it was a pretty good match, pretty good solid match. Unfortunately, I took the L that night.
But you know what? That's a debut match, and you know what? There's the L and the W are two other things that because I heard you're coming back again.
Yes, I'll be back January 18th.
Yes.
I'll be back in Jersey for OnPoint Wrestling. I'm not sure what I'm doing that night yet, but I'm sure here pretty soon we'll figure all that out, and I'll be able to promote that and plug that as soon as I find that out.
Yeah, when Loudy gets that out there, it'll be great.
Yep.
So what have you been up to? Do you have after that you have any shows after that weekend?
After that weekend, I had a couple shows. I don't remember what exactly shows I had.
Because you're on the go.
Yeah, I'm currently always on the go as indie wrestlers. Patch schedules. I mean, if you're an indie wrestler and you don't have a patch schedule, you're not doing it right.
No, yeah, I know what you mean. Because and then you forget what day it is and shit. Oh, I forgot to be on a show tonight. Oops.
Right. But luckily, I have all my dates in my calendars, and I'm able to get all that in.
Mm-hmm. Did you ever have like one of those incidents like, oh, I was supposed to go on a show, I totally forgot about it?
I haven't had one of those incidents per se. I've had incidents where I've accidentally double booked myself and was supposed to be in two places at once. And,
like a stunt double.
I mean, yeah.
True. You could clone yourself or something. Be like two.
If only that's the way it worked.
Yeah, right. No, but yeah, I hear what you're saying. So yeah, you were meant to be somewhere else, and you were booked another night at another show.
Right.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. That happens a lot. I know it. But
definitely,
that's wrestling, you know. But,
right.
So do you remember any matches that you did have? I think when you were after that week at
after
OnPoint?
that weekend, I had a match with a guy by the name of Dalton Davis in Bedford, Kentucky, or Bedford, Indiana. Sorry about that, in Bedford, Indiana.
Yeah.
For a guy by the name of Kamala Jr. It was his promotion, and that night it was actually Kamala's last match, so I got to witness his last match. And funny thing about Kamala is when I was 5 years old, like, depending on who you ask, some people will tell you I started when I was in business at 5 years old, because at 5 years old, I came out and I came to the ring with a guy by the name of Ricky Ruckus, who now helps run Emerge Wrestling. And when I was 5 years old, I got to be the special manager for Kamala Jr. when he came up to Madison, Indiana, and SCW.
Oh, that's so cool. That's so cool. So yeah, you fulfilled.
I was there for that, and I was there for his last match, so it was something special for me. And I got to wrestle a guy that I know very well by now. Like I said, it was Dalton Davis. But other than that, I can't think of any shows off the top of my head.
Yeah. But I'm sure you were busy, like you said,
Right?
Yeah. But now you're filling your
Yeah,
calendar.
I have a busy weekend coming up this weekend, man.
Do you?
This Friday, I'm in Terre Haute, Indiana for New Wave Pro season premiere. It's their first show inside the National Guard Armory up here in Terre Haute. I'm in a fatal 4-way for this new champion in this new division that New Wave came out with. It's the Ultra Rapid division, and they're Ultra Rapid champion. They have some unique rules for this new belt that they just came out with. It's the belt will always be contested and no less than 3 competitors, so it always has to at least be a triple threat match or a fatal 4-way or a scramble match. And if you're the champion going into this match, you have to be pinned twice, once to vacate the title and once to be eliminated. And it's always contested under elimination rules. And this Friday, the first inaugural champion will be decided in a fatal 4-way between myself, Spider Miles Morales, Johnny Echo, and Sage Phillips. And so I'm excited for that.
I know. Speaking of, I know Sage Phillips actually stayed at my house one year for a Game Changer Wrestling show.
Oh, really?
Yes, he was still a student at the time under Reed Bentley. Yes, how about that?
Oh, how about that?
Yeah.
Like I said, I have a crazy weekend. Like I have that going on Friday, and then Saturday I'm in Jeffersonville, Indiana, for Groundhouse Pro Wrestling, where I actually started training at the and where I graduated at the academy at Groundhouse. I made my return there as the Prince.
Yes, I was going to say, I saw some new gimmick there I was going to say we need to plug that too,
Right. It's not new per se. It's a gimmick that I do at Groundhouse. And it's a gimmick that I came up with while being a student at Groundhouse.
Yeah.
And that character is it's more of a character to honor my mom, because before my mom died, when she was in wrestling, she was Queen Raven, therefore, by law, if she's a queen, I'm a prince.
Yes,
and,
that makes sense. Yes, they're very good. To pay homage.
That's how it goes.
Yes.
I was born into royalty into the family. But I get to wrestle one of the guys that I grew up in the business with and grew up watching, Billy Magrin. Me and him just never ever have been in the same ring at the same time. I mean, we grew up playing wrestlers as kids. I grew up watching him. But I kind of resent Billy for real, because my dad chose not to train me and chose to sit me on the sidelines in order to help further Billy's career. When Billy Madden first got started in wrestling, he was tagging alongside my dad, hitting the road with my dad and my mom chose Billy to represent him. My mom told me I was too young to get into the business at that time, and which I was.
Yeah.
But I kind of resent Billy for that, for having my dad take focus off of me. And then this Sunday, I'm back at New Wave Pro at a fan appreciation show in Spencer, Indiana.
Oh, that's cool. Those shows are always good.
It's Hoodfoot Mo Atlas.
Those are always good. Those fan shows are always good. I always see it.
Always. Man, that's why we do it, man. It's for the fans.
Yeah, absolutely. So who trained you, Dewey? Let me go.
Well, okay, so
how'd you get?
When I first got into the business, like I said, some people may say I got into the business when I was 8 years old, but I started doing camera work when I was at the age of 12. I started doing camera work and footage, and I was a referee. Up until the age of 16, I started refereeing for IWA Mid-South, and I was getting a little bit of in-ring time, learning chain wrestling by Ian Rotten. Ian Rotten kind of helped me first start with chain wrestling, and he just taught me the basics and taught me in-depth chain wrestling and why we do what we do and why it's smart to move, taught me transitions like from an armbar to go into this transition, and he really just broke things down, made things real simple for me, and actually used a lot of what Ian taught me. When I transitioned into high school and did high school wrestling, I remember all these lessons and stuff where Ian taught me. I was able to apply that to high school wrestling. But like I said, at the age of 16, I was refereeing, and I may have not been a road ranger. with speculations that I could have been a Red Ranger or a Blue Ranger at the age of 16.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went to Grindhouse.
Yeah.
I stopped wrestling for a little bit because I was focusing on high school wrestling.
Yes.
And then when I came back into wrestling, I joined the Grindhouse Pro Wrestling Academy with Rudo Raul Lamada and Rudy Switchblade. We're 2 raw trainers at Grindhouse. And I was a student at the academy there at Grindhouse. And like I said, that's where I started the Prince Gimmick.
Yeah.
And so anywhere that's outside of Grindhouse, I try not to use the Prince Gimmick because I feel like that is my thank you to Grindhouse, and that's my that's a Grindhouse character.
Yeah, that's paying. Yeah, like you said, paying homage to your mother and to show people why that's a special gimmick.
Right.
And that's why you have. What made you do this kid gimmick? What was this?
Well, the kid gimmick is it's really just me. Like,
just being goofy.
Like I said, when I first got out of wrestling outside of Grindhouse, I didn't want to do the Prince gimmick because I wanted to say that, and the kid gimmick isn't a gimmick, man. It's literally just it's a lifestyle. It's me. It's me turned up to 10 because it's a kid straight out of high school, which I am, with a high school amateur background in wrestling, which I am.
The backpack.
I'm a 2-time state competitor.
Oh, good for you.
Amateur wrestling.
Good for you. Good for you.
So it's really just it's me. It's not even a gimmick. It's literally just
growing up and being a real school kid.
Right. Like I've been around wrestling all my life. I'm a second generation wrestler. My dad being Biff Wellington the third. So like literally the kid gimmick it's not a gimmick. It's me. It's the kid Dewey Wellington.
Yeah, and what do you think of the fans liked you, and you're coming back, so it's gonna be great to see you again.
In Jersey, yes.
Yeah.
I'm glad to be coming back to Jersey. I'm glad to be in Jersey. I gotta give my man John Wayne Murdoch a shout out for that.
Yes.
He actually helped me get up to Jersey.
Yeah.
Murdoch's been helping me get out and branch out on the East Coast, and he's helping me go out of the United States here coming soon. So very thankful for John Wayne Murdoch just kind of allowing me to hit the road with him. So I gotta just say thanks to John Wayne real quick.
Yeah, shout out to my friend John Wayne Murdoch, also one of my friends. He always a good man. He's always good wrestler, And he'll probably be coming back.
Right.
He'll probably be coming back too. You never know. We don't. Right. Surprise, surprise. We don't know. There's so many shows coming up on the East Coast again.
But I always love hitting the road and getting out there and getting to new shows. Even if the shows that I'm not wrestling on, it's always good to just get out there and meet new people and show face and let people know who you are.
Absolutely.
And that's kind of where I'm at right now in my career. It's just trying to get out there more and get more exposure, because that's really all it's about, is just trying to get that exposure and build a fan base anywhere you go and add on to your brand.
All right, who are your top 3 favorite wrestlers of all time from the WWE? How's that? Let's go.
Top 3 favorite wrestlers of all time.
Let's see. I'm gonna
AJ Styles. Okay. I love AJ Styles. Just because he's not he's not your average tall muscle wrestler. And I followed AJ when he was in Japan, when he was in Impact. AJ Styles. One of my favorite indie wrestlers I like to watch is Myron Reed.
Okay.
I love watching Myron's work.
Very good. Yes, you're a very good wrestler right there. He's
very good wrestler. And my third, CM Punk. I've always been a Punk fan, even back in his ECW days when he first started.
Yeah, I've seen Punk and wrestled how many times? I've probably seen him about 3 times wrestle.
Right. I followed CM Punk. I went back and watched all that stuff when he's at IWA Mid-South all the way up.
But you were still not a baby. You were a baby still,
No, I said, I went back and I've watched all the footage. I'm a fan of old Punk.
Yeah, the old stuff with when he really started launching
Like
himself.
him on the Indies.
Him in his Ring of Honor days, yes, and
Yeah.
and I'll tell you this, I got to see CM Punk versus Austin Aries in his final match before signing his contract.
Really?
Yeah. That was pretty cool in Edison, New Jersey. Wow, man, I forgot about that night. Holy shit, there was so many good matches that night. AJ Styles and Jimmy Rave. Jimmy Rave was there, and he actually stole the AJ Styles Clash off of him for the night. And then after that,
Man.
yeah, I forgot about that. Holy shit, Jay Lethal. Some other shit happened with him, and yeah, it was a great night. That was a good one. What the hell was that? The 100th year show. I believe it was called 100th or no, that was, excuse me, that was Death Before Dishonor Part 2. Wow, that's a good memory, huh?
Yeah.
I cannot, but yeah, Punk, and speaking of AJ, back in the day, there was a company in my local in my town. It was cool, and it's still on videos. It's a company, Smart Mark actually has it. It's called Phoenix Championship Wrestling, and AJ used to come every week and wrestle. That was always cool to see him come.
Like I said, I enjoy watching AJ's work.
Mm-hmm. Now, current stars. Who you think now, huh?
Current stars as of what promotions or
WWE or or AEW. Actually, I like talking to AEW. That's beyond. I'm a fan of the AEW product. I'm sure you are too.
I am, but therefore I don't really follow. I'm more of an indie wrestling guy. Like I don't follow a lot of the WWE or AEW. I'm more of an indie guy. Like I like watching Evolve. I like watching MLW.
Mm-hmm.
I like watching getting on the Roku and watching Black Label Pro and just watching all the indie stuff. The Wrestling Revolver, IWA Mid-South. Like I'm an indie guy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm sure you've seen some stuff. Like you're like, wow, this company's done things that are crazy, though.
Right.
I mean, you look at it. You have one star that I'm sure have you ever wrestled Marco?
I've had a match with Marco Stunt.
Have you?
Yeah, I was actually watching that match the other night. Not a match that I like to relive, and not a match that I like to go back on.
Yeah.
Just for the sole fact that it was early on in my career, and it just when I went back and watched it, it's weird to see how much I've grown.
Yeah.
And I would I don't know.
Oh man.
That's one match that I would have liked to redone.
Yeah. Oh man, if you make it happen, let me check that out. I won't share it. If that's cool. Still there? Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
I said.
Sorry, I went in a weird part of my house, so it may have lost signal for a second.
Yeah, I was saying, yeah, maybe you could send me that this way. I won't send it to anybody. I'd like to see that, if you could find that.
If I could find it, yeah.
But so that was wow. So you got to, So you got to face Marco.
That was I think it was 2016.
Mm-hmm.
2015.
Yeah.
Either late 2015 or early 2016.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean,
so it was a while back.
Right. That's cool. But just to think, you got to see, you got to wrestle somebody who made a name for himself on the IWA scene for so many, for his career, growing up in wrestling, also in other wrestling organizations in the Midwest to East Coast, everywhere else,
That's what's so great about this area, man. Many opportunities for somebody to make their name.
Absolutely.
To build that fan base.
Mm-hmm. It's like the guy from my hometown, Joey Janela, the bad boy.
Oh yeah.
He's from Asbury Park, and I tell everybody all the time that I was a young wrestling fan, and I watched him at 16 years old wrestling, and I followed his career for a long time. Which is
right.
For just the shindy promotion that just never made a name for themselves. But yeah. It's crazy. But, like you said, what do you got coming up? And we'll call it a night, because I know you got to get to school.
Like I said,
Gotta get
this weekend.
You got to go back to school, don't you? I'm off this week.
Like I said, this weekend, Friday, November 22nd, in Terre Haute, Indiana, I have New Wave Pro.
Mm-hmm.
At that event, you can catch me in that Fatal 4-Way match for the Ultra Rapid Champion to crown the inaugural Ultra Rapid Champion between myself, Sage Phillips, Miles Morales, and Johnny Echo. This Saturday, you can catch me in Jeffersonville, Indiana, at the arena. That's 1416 Spring Street. And my match as the Prince, in my green return back to Grindhouse against Billy Mattern. Or you can catch me in Spencer, Indiana, for New Wave Pro at the Fan Appreciation Show. And that's what I have coming up this weekend.
And then back down to Jersey and
back down. I returned to Jersey January 18th. I'll be back in Jersey.
Yeah.
And if you look out this month, if you see me this month or next month at any shows, at any show, right now I'm currently working on my Christmas merchandise, so I'll have ornaments and stockings and all kinds of Christmas goodies for sale, personalized Christmas ornaments, Dewey Wellington ornaments, Prince Wellington ornaments. Mm-hmm. So if you just see me at any show, or if you'd like an ornament, just let me know.
Mm-hmm. Or decal. That's
yeah, I got a bunch more decals getting printed off.
Yeah.
T-shirts are in the works. Mm-hmm. So I got a lot of good stuff in the works for my merch. I'm very very blessed to have people to help me with my merch, and I actually have a merch team who helps me design, who helps me make, and edit merch and sell merch. Mm-hmm. So I'm very blessed in that aspect of independent wrestling.
Well, I need people like you to tell people to buy my product too. And not only you could sponsor, you could actually, maybe, well, you're not just yet, but wait until you get a little bit more in. You can get signed up with Collar and Elbow. Ooh.
Yeah. That's always the goal for us as wrestlers, as independent contractors, as most people like to put it, to get sponsors.
Absolutely. Dewey, this was great, and I'll talk to you again pretty soon. Actually, I'll see you at the show again soon. So, that's like, what? How many more weeks? Jeez, November's almost over.
Right.
But thank you for coming on, and have a good night, man.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Yep. Good night.
Good night.
Wrestling fans, that was really cool to have the one and only Dewey Wellington on. Youngest, he's a young independent pro wrestler that's made a name. He came out to the East Coast and for OnPoint Wrestling's Blood from Above, and he showed the fans what he was made of, and the fans liked him, and we liked him. And anybody who will check him out at an IWA show or check him anywhere, he's been around. He's always on the move. And, time to go back to school, but you know what? He gets out of school and gets that permission slip every time. Fans, thank you for listening. Have a good night, everyone.
Hey, wrestling fans, I want to mention Collar and Elbow. Collar and Elbow was founded on traditional values of professional wrestling. Two entities working together to create a product intended to connect with people on an emotional level. A symbiotic relationship where one cannot flourish without the other. We strive to create a product that embodies our passion for professional wrestling expressed through street fashion. Visit collarandelbowbrand.com and use the promo code DeathmatchRussellPodcast and save 10% off when you make a purchase. Collar and Elbow, where wrestling passion meets street fashion. You can find more Deathmatch Russell podcasts on the following social media. DeathmatchRussell.com. Follow on Twitter at DavidNJ32 and on Facebook. Facebook.com/DJDaveNJ32. Find me on Podcast City Network at podcastcity.net. Facebook.com/Podcast City Network. Hit the like button and share. And on Twitter at Podcast City Net. You can hear Deathmatch Russell podcast on Stitcher Radio and on iTunes.